the animals which have ring-like structure on their body, and these ring-like structures are called annuli. So as you have seen in earthworm, leech, inuris, that ring-like structure is present. Now in the arthropoda, you will find the animals which have jointed legs. Okay. So let's see, observe these images. This is ant, spider, this is centipede, this is crab, and this one is butterfly. So all these are the members of the phylum Arthropoda. The main thing you will observe in this case is the jointed legs. Arthro means jointed and podos means legs. So observe this spider. This spider is having jointed legs. Then in ant also you will observe jointed legs are there, as well as in crab. So this is the main characteristic feature of this phylum Arthropoda. And the other feature is that it's not a feature, but it is the largest phylum. Okay. So whatever we have studied till now, and what rest we are going to study later on, you will focus that this is the largest phylum. It contains around 10 lakh species. So it is one of the largest phylum. Arthropoda is the largest phylum. Alright. Then they are cosmopolitan in distribution. Cosmopolitan word means they are present everywhere. Body is triploblastic. So we are coming up with this word again and again. So no need to explain you what it is. There are three germ layers, ectoderm, endoderm, and middle one is the mesoderm. Then they have bilateral symmetry. Okay, as you can see in the figure, from here also you come across that they have bilateral symmetry. Then they have organ system level of organization, and the body is divisible into head, thorax, and abdomen. So they have segments in their body. Earlier in the Annelida we have seen the body is metamerically segmented, means the segments they are externally also and internal also. Internal segmentation is also there as well as external. But here you will find only the external segmentation, no internal segmentation. Okay, and the term which is best suited to describe this is known as tagmata. Okay, tagmata means functional morphological segments. Okay, so here you will see the body is divided into head, thorax, and the abdomen. Now in some animals you will see that head and the thorax is fused. So see, this is a prawn. So prawn is a member of Arthropoda only. It is not a fish. So here you will see that the head and thorax is fused. Okay. So if head and thorax is fused, then we call it as cephalothorax. Alright. So in crustaceans and Arachnida like example is this scorpion. Here you will find the head and thorax is fused and we call it a cephalothorax. Then this is the first group which develop a true head. Okay, earlier in the Earthworm also you have not seen a true head, but this is the first group where you will see true head is there. So this head contains sense organs and feeding organs also. Now feeding organs are specialized for their particular habitats. So as you can see, some are chewing animals, some are sucking animals. So according to their habitat, they have different types of sense organ or feeding organs. Now body is covered with chitinous exoskeleton. Okay, so exoskeleton means the outer skeleton. So body is covered with a chitinous exoskeleton. Alright, so all these characteristics are clear to you. Now let's move on to other characteristics. Now they are hemocoelomate. Hemocoelomate means their body cavity. The body cavity is filled with the blood. That's why we call it a hemocoelomate. Okay. Now, head bears a pair of compound eye. Okay. So these animals have compound eye, and this compound eye consists of many similar units called ommatidia. I'll show you the image. Observe this. Here in the eye you will see many units are there, circular units. These units are called ommatidia, and each have a lens and they are capable of forming an image. Okay, so observe this. This is a true image and this one is the false image. So the insects, observe this tree like this. Okay, so they have many units called ommatidia. So this type of eye is called compound eye. Digestive system is complete. Complete means they have a mouth and anus. So they have a complete digestive system which is straight and well developed. Okay. Now according to their food habit, they have a different type of mouth parts for ingestion of their food. Let's see what are those different types of mouth parts. Observe these images. So in beetle, in cockroach also you will see chewing type of mouth is there. Then in butterfly, this is the proboscis which helps to suck the nectar. So they have a sucking type of mouth. Then this bug, as well as in a mosquito, you will see piercing sucking type of mouth. Okay, whereas in bee you will find chewing lapping type of mouth. So this is important. Okay, one question can come from these mouth parts also. Chewing type is in beetle and cockroach. Then sucking type you will find in butterfly. Piercing and sucking in bug as well as in mosquito. Then chewing and lapping in bee. So according to their habitat, they have different type of mouth parts for the ingestion of the food. Now about the respiration. Respiration takes place by general body surface or gills in crustaceans. Okay, whereas in trachea tube-like structure. So these tube-like structures are present in insects. Now this is important, book lungs and book gills. Okay, so book lungs are present in Arachnida and book gills are present in crab. So what are these? I'll show you an image. So see the image here. This is a scorpion which contains book lungs. Observe this part here. You will see this is the book lungs, and here you will see in this diagram also book lungs are there. So they are placed one above the other, just like a book in the almirah. So that's why we call it a book lung, and it is a lung-like structure also. And here in the crab you will see these are the book gills. Okay, these are the gills which are placed like a bow. So these are the respiratory organs in, this is a scorpion and this is a crab. Okay, is it clear? So book lungs are present in Arachnida, scorpion, and book gills in crab. Circulatory system is of open type. Open type means they do not have blood vessels like human beings. They have a proper blood vessels, the blood flow inside the vessels, but they do not have blood vessels. Blood enters directly into the body chambers. Okay, and their blood is colorless. Alright, so they have open type of circulatory system. So please guys, whatever is written in green, please focus on that. It is important for the examination point of view. Now excretion takes place through Malpighian tubules. This is also important. Excretion takes place through Malpighian tubules in the terrestrial forms, whereas in aquatic form green glands or coxal glands are there. Okay, so Malpighian tubules are the excretory organs in the terrestrial forms, whereas green glands or coxal glands you will find in the aquatic forms. So let's see these also. What are these? Observe this image. This is, and here you will find Malpighian tubules. So these all are the Malpighian tubules. Okay, so these are the excretory organs present in terrestrial form. Okay, like in cockroach. Whereas in aquatic organism you will find green glands or coxal glands. So this is the gland which is green in color. It is present in aquatic forms. Okay, now in aquatic forms the excretory they excrete ammonia as their waste. Okay, so these all are the ammonotelic animals, whereas in the terrestrial form you will see that their waste contains uric acid. So these all are the uricotelic animals. Okay, terrestrial forms are uricotelic, whereas this aquatic forms are ammonotelic. All right, so we have seen the excretion also. Circulatory system is open type. Excretion takes place through Malpighian tubules in terrestrial forms, whereas there's green glands or coxal glands in aquatic forms. Now let's see other characteristics. Nervous system is of annelidian type, as you have seen in the annelida also, which consists of brain and a ventral nerve cord. So here you can see this is a ventral nerve cord and this is a brain. So this nervous system is similar to the annelidian type. Then unisexual, so sexes are separate, male and female are separate. Fertilization is internal or external, and development can be direct or indirect. Then they contain sensory organs which include antennae, sensory hairs for touch and chemoreceptors, then simple and compound eye, auditory organs in insects, and statocyst in crustaceans. So these all are the sensory organs in these animals. Okay guys, now here are the carriers. Insects as a disease carriers. So it is also important guys, learn the disease and which insect is the carrier of the disease. So learn this table. Housefly is a carrier of typhoid, cholera, dysentery and diarrhea. Okay, then mosquito, malaria, filariasis, encephalitis, and dengue fever, kissing bug, Chaga disease, rat flea, bubonic plague, sin fly, kala azar, bed bug, typhus fever, CC fly, African sleeping sickness, body louse, relapsing fever. Okay, the most important for you to learn is this sand fly which causes kala azar, then the CC fly which causes sleeping sickness, and malaria, filariasis, encephalitis, dengue fever caused by mosquito, whereas typhoid, cholera, dysentery, diarrhea is by the housefly. So these are very important. Okay, don't forget to learn. Now these are some of the things which you just keep in your mind. Largest phylum of the animal kingdom is which phylum? Arthropoda. Body is chitinous. Okay, chitinous exoskeleton is there, which undergo periodical ecdysis. Now what is ecdysis? Ecdysis means the process of casting off of the skin. You know that exoskeleton, they have a chitinous exoskeleton which prevent growth. Okay, which prevent the growth. So they remove this. Okay, they cast off their skin. So this is known as ecdysis, also known as molting. So see here in this figure, you will see this is molting. An organism, an animal is undergoing molting. Alright, and observe this. Here you will see anal style is present in male, whereas anal style is absent in female cockroach. Okay, in the female cockroach you will find anal style, whereas in female cockroach it is absent. So this is one of the difference in between male and female cockroach. A scorpion produces toxin by means of its tail, telson. Okay, a scorpion produces a toxin by means of tail, and in prawn you will see only oxygenated blood flows, and prawn has 19 pair of appendages. Okay, in this phylum you have seen that some have 3 pair of appendages, some have 4, and like this prawn has 19 pair of appendages. Larva of cockroach is called nymph. Learn it. In cockroach, heart is 13 chambered. See how many chambers are there. Then female cockroach, I have shown you its lack anal style. Anal style is absent. Now mouth parts adapted for various mode of feeding in arthropods, as we have seen the figure. Biting and chewing in cockroach and grasshopper, chewing and lapping in bees and wasps, piercing and sucking in bugs, aphids and mosquitoes, sponging in housefly, siphoning or sucking in butterflies and moth. Now hemoglobin absent in blood, so it's the type of blood which does not contain a hemoglobin, is known as hemolymph. Okay, it is known as hemolymph. Now periplatus is a connecting link between Annelida and Arthropoda. It is also important. Periplatus, I'll show you the image of the periplatus. See, this is a periplatus. So it is a connecting link between Annelida and Arthropoda. See there its body, it looks like annelid. Okay, but most of the characteristic features are similar to the Arthropoda. So it is placed in the phylum